Next up, I've got a Colt Cobra. This one is an original. It's from sometime in the 1950s. I don't remember the exact year, but it's been boomerized with some fake ivory grips. This belonged to my great grandfather, and he was a security guard, a night guard. I don't remember what what company he worked for, but anyway, this is what he carried. And you might not be able to see it here because of the way the lighting is in this room, but it's got some holster wear and stuff like that on it. You can tell this was a carried gun, and it was passed down to me. Like I said, it belonged to my great grandfather, and I kind of have a little internal dilemma with, do I want to re-blue it, refinish it, put the some original wood style grips on it. Part of me wants to restore it to its original glory, and then part of it is like, hey, this is how my great grandfather carried it. I guess he thought it was cool. This is his. It's personalized to his liking. So maybe I just want to leave it this way. I don't know. And then of course the patina on it is patina that he put on it, the wear that he put on it. So part of me wants to make it look original. Part of me wants to leave it alone. I don't know what I'll do. But, I don't shoot it very much. It's nothing wrong with it. And it's just that I have so many options. This just doesn't usually make it out of the safe for range day. But it's a nice 38 Special revolver. It works. This is the gun that killed Lee Harvey Oswald. Not the gun, but the same exact model and all that. So it does work, and it does fire every time, and it's a really nice, smooth action. Typical old Colt as far as revolvers go. You won't have any reliability issues out of it, but that is one of my heirloom guns, I guess you could call it, a Colt Cobra in 38 Special. Next is a Bulgarian Makarov pistol in 9x18, 9mm Makarov. I bought this one, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, and with the Makarovs that were available then and available now, this was about as best you would get. I think that Bulgarian Makarovs are up there, probably in the top 3. You think Makarov, if you had your choice, you would probably want a Russian one, and your second choice would probably be East German. But I think that this is a solid third choice. I really and truly don't see how a Russian or an East German one could be any better. This thing is solid. It is built like a tank. It's heavy. Of course, all metal construction. It's built the way that I think a Makarov should be, no matter what country of origin it comes from. It doesn't have any shortcomings that I feel like would be resolved by having another country of origin as my Makarov. It doesn't have any shortcomings at all. Shoot, you throw some Wolf cheapo 9mm Makarov in it, and it'll take it. It'll shoot it. It'll eject just fine, feed just fine, fire just fine. No problems at all. I think it's a cool little gun to have. It's like most things that I have. It's just a range toy, but it's fun. Got the little communist star in the grips there. It's just kind of a cool military surplus piece. A lot of my collection, both rifles and pistols, handguns, I like military surplus. I like old guns, and this is just another one of them. There'll be more to come in this video. But yeah, that is my Makarov, Bulgarian Makarov, and we'll move to the next up. I've got a Ruger SP101 chambered in 357 Magnum, and if you know a little bit about guns, you know that a 357 Magnum revolver will also chamber 38 Special. This is one of Ruger's, I guess you could say it falls between like the GP100 and the LCR as far as size and weight. Now, as far as weight goes, this is a really hefty revolver to be as small as it is. I mean, I don't have the biggest hands in the world, but I mean, you can see this is on the smaller side of what Ruger offers, especially in their, their full metal line of revolvers. Now, they've got the LCR, which is smaller than this, but it's not the same kind of metal. It's like a lightweight, I don't know what they call it, scandium or something. This is as metal as a GP100 is. It's just smaller, just on a smaller frame. But it's a really nice revolver, built like a tank, shoots really good, shoots really accurate. I got this because I had traded. I had a GP100 match champion that I traded to get a military surplus rifle, and I thought the trade value was really fair. And they're not making military surplus rifles anymore, so it was kind of a spur of the moment decision. I decided to trade it. I regretted it, even though I enjoyed what I got in the trade. I regretted getting rid of a gun because I just don't usually do that. But I've actually since got that GP100 back, and you'll see it later in the video. I bought it back years later. The guy never even fired it, so I got it back in the condition that I traded it in. So really, in the end, no harm, no foul. But this was the placeholder until I got that back. I wanted a 357 Magnum because I didn't have one at the time because of the trade, and I got it at a good deal, and it was way cheaper than I could have replaced my GP100 for at the time. So this is what I decided to go with, and now it just sits in the safe and makes it out to the occasional range day. But a really good handgun, and yeah, glad to have it. Next up, got a Ruger Mark IV competition model. Now, first of all, I store it in the box here, which is why you see the box. I just pulled it out of the box to show it. This is not a Safe Queen. This is not a gun that I'm afraid to bring out. It's definitely not a gun that I'm afraid to shoot. It's just that the way that I store it in the safe, I store it in a big side pocket in the door, and it stores a lot better being in the box than it would if I just put the gun itself in there. So that's why you see that. But anyway, like I said, this is the competition model. Got the thumb rest grips on it. The nice slab-sided bull barrel. This is a really, really hefty pistol. I mean, it's got a lot of weight to it, more than you would probably think for a typical 22 long rifle chambered gun, but I guess with it being a competition pistol, it might not surprise you as much. But it's got the nice blacked out target sights on it. I really wanted a Mark IV when they came out. This was the only model that I could find in quite a while of looking. I mean, a couple of months of looking, and this was the only one that popped up. It was in a local shop when I went in. So I probably paid a little more than I expected to pay because I didn't expect to find a competition model, but it was a Ruger Mark IV, and it was staring at me through the case, so I had to get it. I really like the Mark IV. I never had a Mark III or below, but a buddy of mine did, and of course, as you probably know, taking it apart was an absolute nightmare. This one, it's really simple. You push this button right here, the upper separates from the lower, you pull them apart, you slide the bolt out, it's field strip, ready to clean. Super simple, easy and quick. You get it cleaned up and back to running, and it's such a simple process. It's probably one of the easiest guns that I have to disassemble. I mean, in all honesty, it's easier than an AK. It's less steps at least. But yeah, Ruger Mark IV competition, 22 long rifle. Really, really nice pistol, and I enjoy it. Next up, I got a Ruger SR40. It's a pretty nice pistol. It's not one I ever intended on buying. It's not one that was ever on my want list, my wish list. But I ended up winning it in a raffle, and it ultimately cost me $5. So for $5, I'll take any gun out there. But to me, it surprises me how well it shoots, or how well I'm able to shoot with it, however you want to phrase that. But it's really accurate, and I think Ruger replaced the SR series with the American series. if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if the price went up or the price went down, but to me, with how well this thing shoots and how it's got a decent trigger in it, and I don't think these were ever expensive, even if you know, outright bought them and didn't just luck into one like I did. But I'm not sure that the American series could match this in quality or bang for your buck, I should say. You know, there are guns out there, a lot of guns out there that are more high quality than this, but as far as regular purchase price, you know, factoring that in, bang for your buck on something like this, it's hard to beat. But I don't know. I've never shot one of the American series pistols, which I think is the current Ruger line of pistols. I could be mistaken though. I'm not positive on that. But to me, I mean, I don't know why they ever went away from the SR series. Just with my experience with this pistol, it seems to me like they got it right here. I mean, an affordable pistol that's super accurate and, I don't know, user friendly. It just seems to me like they had it right here. But maybe the American series is better. I don't know. I probably shouldn't speak too much on that until I've had experience with one of the American series pistols. But anyway, a $5 SR40. Yeah, hard to beat that. And next I have another heirloom revolver. This was my great-grandfather's Taurus Model 80. Not really a whole lot I can tell you about it. I mean, it's a standard 6-shot 38 special. Really hefty piece. I guess like most revolvers from back in the day were, you know, you got these lightweight J-frames and Ruger LCRs and stuff these days, but this was before any of that technology came around, and while I'm sure you can still find hefty 38s like this, they, at least you have other options now, because if you ever wanted to carry this, it would kind of suck, I think. But anyway, I don't shoot this one very much. I mean, I have shot it before, but it just doesn't make the cut when I'm picking out what I'm taking to the range on most days, because the appeal of having this to me is totally sentimental. I don't enjoy having it because of what it is. I enjoy having it because of whose it was. So anyway, I just try to take care of it and keep it in the condition that it was passed down to me so that I can continue that cycle. But yeah, Taurus Model 80 38 Special 6-shot. For all I can tell, nicely built revolver, and we'll move on to the next. Next up, I got a Ruger SR22, little semi-automatic 22 long rifle chambered handgun. Not really a whole lot I can say about it. I'm trying not to be too long-winded on these guns so that the video doesn't go forever and ever, but I like the sights on it. I like the fiber optic front post. Those are nice. Accuracy, reliability, both good. That's what you want. Pretty comparable to the Walther P22, honestly. Different brand, different name, but pretty much same results. You know, you shoot them side by side, and as long as the shooters were of comparable skill, you wouldn't know which gun shot which group. But I like it. Nice, lightweight, fun to shoot, fun range toy. And, yep, that's the Ruger SR22.